Hello, everyone. July 1st. I didn't even think we could get to July 1st when we started this. So thanks everyone for joining us every week since we started. Everyone, every follower, subscriber, fan, everyone. We are getting to the final 4 or 5 tea time episodes before we shut down for the summer. There's a lot going on. It's like crazy stuff. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets of news stuff to tell you today. So it's kind of a lot of things. Also, we're in the middle of the Euro 2020. Quarterfinals are set. On Friday, so tomorrow at 6 o'clock, Switzerland will play against Spain, and at 9 o'clock, Belgium will play Italy. So for everyone who's interested in these two exceptional matches, I'm not interested. I don't care, but you know, especially tomorrow evening, I think I'll be watching TV. And on Saturday, we've got Czech Republic against Denmark and Ukraine against England. England managed to go beat Spain, so thank you, England, for that. And France got kicked out by Switzerland. So these were the big news in Europe this week for anyone who missed it. Other things, I mean, 1st of July, you know, lots of historical events as well in July. But you know, if we had to name them all, we'd be here for ages. But you know, 1st of July is of course the Battle of the Somme, and you know, we've got to remember that. Also 3rd of July, so this coming Saturday, celebrations for the anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg. Other than that, I won't be, you know, boring you with all this stuff. Thanks to everyone for following us, for being here. Here comes the news. So first things first, we got a summer sale going on. I think I actually had a sheet of paper with all the discounts, but I forgot in the other room, so I won't be I won't be going back to check them out. Check on the Steam page for Slitherine. There's loads of big discounts. Actually, Roberta, because we put all the discounts in the chat earlier on, if you can list them all, list all the big ones here. Make sure that you make use of one of these big discounts, because it's only lasting for another, I think, week until next Thursday. And after that, on Thursday, we've got a big event. So the big event for July, we've got the Panzer Corps 10th anniversary. So thank you, Roberta. And 8th of July, we've got the start of the celebrations for the Panzer Corps and 10th year anniversary. So as you know, Panzer Corps started a long time ago. We started working with Alex Shargin and Flashback Games very, very long time ago. Alex was actually a mother for the original Panzer General. He's going to tell us all about it, how it started and all that kind of stuff. On the 9th at 4 p.m. UK time, we'll have a sort of tea time special with Alex Shargin telling us about the past of Panzer Corps, the present, and we'll also be looking at the future. It's going to be very interesting. You know, first time Alex tells a lot of these things, and I'm pretty excited because Alex doesn't do a lot of interviews and things, so it'll be a lot of fun. And you know, if you've got questions for Alex, questions about the past and how he started, all that kind of stuff, and in the future of Panzer Corps, just make sure you list them all, send them on the Discord, on Twitter, on Facebook. We'll ask all the questions, all the burning questions for Panzer Corps. Panzer Corps is the biggest seller for us in terms of history, in terms of number of copies sold. We'll tell you a bit more about that, about, you know, how much we sold, how much people play the game, and so on. So I really want to make it a big event. So we'll go with the interview. There will be big announcements for the future of Panzer Corps as well, and we'll also release Panzer Corps Axis Operations 1942. Thanks for following us, Jizong. And we're going also to have more stuff happening in terms of not only announcements, but things that will kick off very soon for the Panzer Corps series. I mean, we are just in the first year of the Panzer Corps franchise, Panzer Corps 2 franchise. So we're looking forward to more and more in the future. Alberto in the chat is also super excited about what's coming up. He's working super hard on the game and on preparing this anniversary. So make sure you tune in. There's also, of course, going to be some special commercial operations and things going along with that. So make sure you tune in. Next Thursday, we'll start announcing things because it's going to start on that day. And on the 9th, we'll have the first stream with the interview and more. And after the stream on the 9th, we'll have a full day of almost like never-ending Twitch streams for Panzer Corps. So there's going to be a lot of strategic wargaming going on over the weekend. That's great. Scott Jarvis, no more about Broken Arrow. I'm going to come to that in a moment. Before we get to that, there's also, we said about Panzer Corps anniversary, 10th anniversary next week. There's also another big event we mentioned a couple of times already in the previous tea times. This will be dedicated to Fog 2 Medieval. On the 16th of July, we're going to celebrate the Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa, one of the biggest, most important battles of the Reconquista, or maybe the most important battle of the Reconquista. We're going to have a pretty intense schedule here, where we have Richard York playing the game, playing the battle. Historian Jose Marquez from Spain, he's going to join us to tell us a lot more about the battle. These two pictures you see there were taken, were the best ones that we received. Well, actually, the most presentable ones that we received. I don't know if you're in the chat, Richard, but I'd like you to share, if you want, the other pictures you sent to us, because I don't think there was any other picture that without a glass of beer or wine or something. So. It wasn't even presentable, but we love you, Richard, for that. So no worries about it. So the battle will be played on the July 16th at 5 p.m. We're also going to have a slot of half an hour presentation for the battle. We're trying to organize something special again for this half-hour presentation, so that we make a big event of it. The idea of presenting a game with the historical facts and, anecdotes and other interesting elements going within the historical scenario is one of the things that we really want to sort of bring forward in the future. So make sure you tune in, give us some advice, because, we play games, but I'm having some tea, slow truck. And we really want to sort of combine the two elements, because we know that amongst all of our fans, there's a lot of history fans as well. So making sure that we sort of put the two worlds together is one of our missions for the time being, and we'd like to sort of do more in the future with it. So make sure you tune in. You give us some advice, give us some feedback on how you think it's panning out, because we love to think that the worlds of wargaming and history fans are two colliding worlds. So make sure you tune in. I'm going to say now, Bruno, make sure you've got your little sheet of paper with all the streams, because last week wasn't very successful for that. So this is for Field of Glory Medieval event, again on the 16th of July. Questions there? No. I've got a question about, will Thursday have anything on Stargate Timekeepers or just Panzer Corps? Stargate was there's still a bit to come before we actually show more, other than what we've already said. We're in the middle of preparing materials and lots of marketing promotional stuff that's going on, but there's still a little bit of time before that, because of course it's a 2022 release, so we want to make sure that we sort of keep talking about games that are more imminent, but on the other hand, stuff like, dev diaries, and we're going to talk about this in a moment, and other, interesting insights about the games also are happening at the same time. Broken Arrow, going to come to that in a moment, and Galaxy Born in the Pacific Unreal Edition on sale for the love of God and wine. Philip, it's a good idea. I have to say that every year at Christmas we've got almost like an 7 weeks long sale with where usually Warner Pacific, Warner Pacific is featured. So, but we'll think about doing something before that. News on Distant Worlds 2? No, but very soon. Not in this chat, but we're preparing very cool stuff for Distant Worlds 2, and Eric is busy writing some insights on the game that we'll publish within the month for sure. Right, so more. Other things I wanted to say. First things first. Right, so let's talk about Dev Diary of Broken Arrow. This has just been published. Can we sort of go to the page of the Dev Diary? We are introducing some new stuff, some new information about Broken Arrow. There has been a load of questions. So first of all, if you want to know more about Broken Arrow, I suggest you subscribe to the Discord channel, because that's where all the information is being premiered. So if you want to follow the game, either you wish listed to follow it on Steam or follow the Discord, because that's your prime source of information. We have received loads of questions, because of course the cinematic trailer was coming from the game engine, so everything you saw in the cinematic trailer is actual stuff that happens in game, but it didn't say much about the game other than of course the list of features that we've put on the product page. So this first Dev Diary is actually covering chassis, armor, weaponry, with some details about tanks, especially. So we've got like 4 images, coming straight from the game. There's no mock-up stuff or anything. This is actual stuff that's happening in the game. You see variants of different tanks. Thanks for following us, Batisphere. We have the M1A2 Abrams with the different armor packages. We have the M2 Bradley and in the most basic version with different armor packages as well. Here you go. So you'll actually see in this Dev Diary a bit more detail on how you equip your tanks, and this is going to happen across all. This is the variants for the strikers. The different equipment you've got for all the different this is tanks, but this is going to happen on all the different vehicles you've got, and infantry as well. So the idea of the game we're trying to push is, you've got your basic elements, and then you can customize all these within a very easy to understand interface. This is all coming again from the game. This is game battle map and so on. So Broken Arrow, of course, is coming in 2022. The guys are working super hard. This is your custom screen for looking at your equipment on your armors and so on. Of course, nothing is final. So this is actually the game, but you might see that there's things that are going to change from now until release. But we want to make sure that you start knowing more about the product and how it's panning out. The developers are super keen to show more. We want to keep them quiet, not because we don't want to announce stuff, but because announcing things means that you have to, you commit to things, and we want only to commit to stuff that we can actually deliver. So what you see here is actually stuff that will be coming with the game, and we're super excited about it. Right, so subscribers, we've got like 76, about 24 to go. Well, it's 24 to go because before we add Field of Glory 2 Medieval to the Slate store. And we're going fast with followers, so we'll have more games added to the Slate store very, very soon. Will we have naval? Of course, we'll have naval. Yes, that's for sure. That's for both naval air, ground, amphibious, you name it. Before the release of Broken Arrow will there come a new DLC to Armour Brigade, which is a true gem. This is two very different projects, Philip. The Armour Brigade game is on its own, is like the game and 3 DLCs. We're not planning to do more DLCs. We're looking at what happens in the future, but that's like future history, much more future history than Broken Arrow, which is an active development project and is coming next year. But it's really two different things. Of course, you know, Armour Brigade right now is, you know, eminently a Cold War game. So whilst Broken Arrow is a modern warfare game. When Broken Arrow go out, we don't know, Mr. Hill. We don't have a date for that. We know it's going to release next year, which is the plan for now. You know, these games are complex and the team is organized and so on, but it's their first game, so it's not going to be, you know, a slam dunk in nailing a release date in the coming months. It's going to be much later that we're able to commit to an actual launch date. Why does Panzer Corps 2 Axis Operation Spanish Civil War cost €4 more than other DLCs? There's a reason for that. There's more content. There's more. There's new units. There's new faction. It's a game that's not set in the World War II, but it's like it's sort of a prequel. So there's a lot more assets and a lot more costs related to developing a game like Spanish Civil War. Grand strategic strat like war game or Steel Division. That's, well, Broken Arrow is like a war game Steel Division type product. Yes, the team is actually coming from a group of mothers of Steel Division and war game Red Dragon, and one of the designers of the game was actually a designer at Eugene Systems. So it's like that's the kind of product we are looking for with Broken Arrow. Coming more factions, I guess, for Broken Arrow, or for what game? Civilian Security Agency, CSA, I don't know. Stirring Abyss is a lovely gem. Absolutely agree with you, Batisfer. No plan for future content. It's a self-contained story, so there wasn't really a need for actual DLCs and things. But of course, you know, if the game goes well, we might want to think of future content for it in the coming months as well. All right, so next up. Thanks, Robbie. Actually, good discounts on Stirring Abyss, I think, as well for the Steam sale. So make sure you pick it up if you don't have it. Right, on Dev Diaries, I have to say there's another game that got the Dev Diary, which was also covered widely on many different outlets. That's Master of Magic. So that was the first Dev Diary for Master of Magic as well. We had Muha Games introducing the project, telling us a bit more about how the project is structured, and reinforcing the fact that the new Master of Magic is Master of Magic. So we are going to 100% replicate the Master of Magic experience, but in a modern technology. That's the core of the Dev Diary. But you know, check it out. Make sure you browse all the details. There's a lot of details about wizards and game mechanics and so on. So it's a good opportunity to know more. And again, if you want to know more about Master of Magic, subscribe to Discord. You can wishlist the game or follow the game on Steam. It's really the best way you can, and then you can come back here, ask questions, and so on. But you know, if you want the prime information, that's where you got to go. Next DLC for Order of Battle, we'll be announcing it soon. Christian Radice, maybe you're Italian, I don't know, but announcing it soon. I mean, we started a Allies trilogy, so that's pretty natural what's going to come next. And Stargate, we said 2022 release. We're going to get to more information about it in the coming weeks. We're working on a plan for announcing you more things. Last I said, Broken Arrow is at least a year away. I guess so, yes. That's pretty realistic. Thanks for the Discord of Master of Magic Alberto. More stuff. we just started a tournament for the Valorant Victory. There's also a tournament, an active tournament for Panzer Corps 2 as well. Which can you actually go to the tournaments page, Bruno, please? That'd be good to show. We have, I think we have 2 or 3 tournaments, active tournaments. Valorant Victory just started. We have Panzer Corps, and here it is. And we have a test for, is that a test of Field of Glory? No, it's the finished Field of Glory tournament, and we have an active one for Field of Glory Medieval. So again, these are proving very successful, very popular. So we're going to add more and more tournaments in the future. We've got, the first Valorant Victory one. We'll be following it from, close up, because it's going to be interesting on, how this first tournament goes on. And the Panzer Corps one, of course, the new scoring system proving much better than the previous one. So for the next one, we'll have even more news. So stay tuned, because there's soon going to be more tournaments for Panzer Corps. Why is it called Broken Arrow? Did somebody lose a nuclear weapon? Wow. It's a cool name, and it's in keeping with the modern warfare idea. And this is a question for Felix. I think, go on the Discord, ask them. It's a good question. I think I like the game. We do the name. We didn't decide the name as a publisher. This was coming to us with that name, and we loved it, and we kept it. So it's that's the story for us. That's a probably good question to ask to Steel Balalaika. This is the name of the developers, the development team. Right, a couple of other things. Right, so we recently launched one new project. Oh, that was timely. No, do it again. This is the Slitherine Crew page. Right, so I'm trying to explain it, very simply. Anyone with a Twitch channel who also broadcasts and live on the Slitherine channel. This is me repeated infinite times. It's a pretty weird thing that's happening, but so it's part of the Slitherine Crew. We've made this group so that anywhere if you want to know about strategy games and you get to that page, you are always in the know if anyone from the Slitherine Crew is live with any game. It can be somebody else's game, but it's proper strategy gamers playing proper strategy games. Usually, that's what you would get. So we thought it was a good idea to, get everyone under the same umbrella and make sure that we, we give this a branding and a home. And so everyone, the Tactic, Richard York, Edmund, Hexaboo, Yog Dog, don't have a full list here, but Kushan, I can't remember them all, sorry, but they will all be here, and you'll see if they're live with something, even if it's not a game that's within our catalog. Guys, we promote strategy games in general on top of our duty of promoting our own games. So this is a really cool thing. We're going to expand on it. Hopefully this is going to become a big thing. We just had a chat about producing t-shirts and baseball hats. So make sure that you follow that page and you keep going back there, because it's going to be developing over time. It's a new thing. We're already getting some very positive vibes. So yeah, make sure you give it a go, and we'll see how it goes. It's all part of Bruno's brain. Yeah, here it is. You've got this brain ideas, and sometimes things just happen. I get to know about things when they're already out there, which is when it's stuff like that, it's pretty cool. I really like it. So great team, Slitherine. On top of this stuff, we have a couple of news. New regulations in European shipments. We are going through the new process because of Brexit and all that kind of stuff. We ship everything from the UK, so any shipment from the UK to Europe will have to will probably be delayed slightly in the coming week, 10 days, couple of weeks before we sort of reassess and comply to the new rules and so on of whatever we have to do. So be patient. It may be there's been some delays, maybe there's been some cock-ups with VAT and import taxes and such. We're going to keep you posted. We're going to post a whole set of instructions on FAQs if needed, but at the moment we only know that as of 1st of July, so today, this is new rule. There's new rules that we were aware of, but we have now to sort of make sure that we don't mess anything up. So I'm just telling you, it might be that there's something that that takes more. Some orders take more time. Other stuff I can see here. Broken Arrow will also have Russian language. Marian, I'm pretty sure it will. I definitely positive about it. There's no confirmation of that, of course, but Russian is pretty much like a given for big games these days. So I think so. Right. So more news. I told you that it was going to be pretty busy today. Streams of today. Give it to me. Give it to me. He's got it today. So after this, Panzer Corps 2 Axis Operation 1942 with Yog Dog. All the crew is here. Combat Mission Cold War after that, at 6:30 with Das Tactic. I may have missed it, but will we get to see the updated roadmap today? That's a good question. After this. Good point, Shadowy. I would have probably forgotten, so that's why I love you guys. So we said 6:30 p.m. Combat Mission Cold War with Das Tactic, and today at 8 p.m. Battle Sector with Hexabu. On Friday, 6 p.m. Order of Battle with Yog Dog, and at 8 p.m. War in the East 2 with XTRG. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Command with Kushan. Release schedule. Right, so we have not a lot of changes, but there's a bit of shifting around things. Just to make sure that we are. If you hear some barking, that's our office mascots barking. Don't worry about that. So on the 9th of July, so Panzer Corps Axis Operation 1942. Then we have. Battle sector has been moved to July 22nd, so just a week later. This is just to do with stuff that's happening in the market. So we're nothing to do with the game itself and so on. Only that Australia is back into lockdown for a few days. So the result of that is that we're missing our submission slots for consoles. So we have moved Warhammer 40k Battle Sector on Xbox and PS in Q3. We don't know when. So we're going to have the PC version launching first and then the console versions afterwards. Thanks, COVID. So Combat Mission Cold War is now moved to 29th of July. After that, I think everything else is the same, right? There's no other change here. And you get to know more about products or the 2022 releases in 29th of July. Yeah, I said that, Combat Mission, yeah. So in terms of new announcements and things, we're going to move all the new announcements into September. So, for stuff that's releasing this year, for DLCs and so on, and for big stuff happening in 2022, you'll get to know everything about that later on in the year. Looks like 2022 is going to be hard on my back account. Well, mate, yes, and 2022 is going to be hard as a whole for the market because a lot of companies like us, had suffered from delays for the COVID. A lot of development teams have had, big impacts in that. So a lot of games have been moved out to 2022. So it's going to be a very, very busy year for everyone. And on top of it, all distribution systems, streaming, game passes and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be a mess. But we're here to cope with that. Other things, what kind of game will be We Go World War II Stalingrad like Flashpoint? We Go World War II Stalingrad, if you're familiar with a game called Desert War, that's the same developer, same game system, Christian. So that's the type of game. It's really using that engine. the Desert War engine and moving it to the Eastern Front in, within Stalingrad. It's a pretty cool, actually a pretty fitting setting for that. And Captain Darwin saying start saving money now. I think you've got a slight interest for that. Of course, Flashpoint campaigns releasing in 2022. So the new game we're all waiting for. And more. Yes. So I'm going to finish with a couple of more things. Of course, I'm going to post my just personal news here. I'm going to post my personal Instagram account. In the link in the chat, not because I need to, but it's really I'm posting market stuff like numbers, insights. It's not like you'll see my holidays or anything, or my dog or my family, but it's really not. It's just to keep you guys up to date on stuff that's happening. Interesting insights, numbers, market stuff, and so on. Ideas, what happens in the market. I really want because we don't have kind of a load of time here. We talk about products, talk about other stuff that's really related to the strategy gaming market. It's something that I try to do regularly. Also, it's happening the same on LinkedIn and so on. But it's a way for keeping track and interest about what's happening there. Other things. Nothing more, I guess. I think this has been said. All this has been said. Yeah, guys, I mean, we're just 3 minutes late as well. So make sure that you come back next week, just before the launch of the 10th anniversary of Panzer Corps. Thanks for following us. Thanks for joining us. We are going to give you a lot more information about Starship Troopers, Distant Worlds 2, and Battle Sector in the coming weeks, of course, because they are approaching release. We're producing a load of materials, a load of stuff to announce, a load of stuff to show you. If I survive this month, I'll be seeing this week. I'll be seeing you on Thursday next week. And good luck, Belgium. Good luck, Italy, for a great game. Good luck, everyone else still in the game, and we'll see you next week. Bye.